Hi, let's talk about paradiddles today. For those of you who are not familiar with the sticking pattern, it goes as follows. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. What I want to talk about today are some of the variations of the single paradiddle and their application around the drum set. When I first learned to play paradiddles and different sticking variations, I wasn't excited about it. I remember my teacher gave me some exercises and said, go home and practice them for like 20 minutes a day. So there I'm sitting there and I'm playing the single paradiddle, some of the variations, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, or right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left. I'm like, this is boring. What can you do with this? Well, what I want to show you, again, some excerpts from my video, Groove-A-Diddles. If you take the time and be patient and practice them slowly and start moving them around the kit, you can come up with some really interesting grooves. So again, I know in a previous lesson, Neil did discuss a single paradiddle and its application. I will use a single paradiddle with some of the variations. Let's start off with a simple kind of funky groove. The sticking pattern goes as follows. Right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. I will demonstrate this slowly on the snare drum, then I'll start adding it to different sound sources. First example will be right hand on the ride cymbal, left hand on the snare. Then I'll start improvising with my bass drum. Okay, check this out. Okay, and all I did there was take that same sticking pattern and again, just move it to different sound sources. I turned it into even a drum fill there. So that's kind of an important thing to remember. Understand what it is you're playing, know it. Don't depend on what it sounds like, okay? I remember when I first learned to play my first rock beat, boom, stuts, boom, stuts. And I went home to practice it, and at that time I didn't have a drum set. I used the pillow for the hi-hat, the book for the snare drum. It didn't sound like it's supposed to, but I knew what I was doing. Eighth notes with the right hand, snare on 2 and 4. So again, you can mask some of these ideas and you can fool a lot of people. By just moving your hands around the kit, you'll create different sounds and different feels. Okay, let's look at one of the other variations. Sticking right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left. Okay? Here's a neat little groove where the right hand's going to play on the ride cymbal, left hand's going to play on the hi-hat, and I'm going to bring the left hand onto the snare drum and add my bass drum in some of the different places. Check it out slowly. Kind of a neat little funky groove there with a halftime feel. All right, let's bring in the single strokes and the double strokes into this picture. One of the other variations, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left. And let's add 2 groups of singles to that. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So again, I'm thinking of these all in a 16th note feel. Once again, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Again, I'll play just on the snare drum, and I'll let my hands just kind of go to different sound sources, just playing it slowly, and maybe give the bass drum more of like a samba feel to it. Check this out. Okay, a neat little samba groove happening there. Let's stick with the same sticking pattern. This time I'm going to go right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, and repeat it again. Right hand's going to play between the ride cymbal and on the bell of the ride. My left hand on the snare drum. Just watch where I place the accents. With my bass drum, give it a Brazilian baião feel to it. Maybe incorporate some eighth notes with my hi-hat. Check this out slowly. Kind of a neat little pattern there. Let's use the two variations of the single paradiddle and come up with a funky groove. The sticking pattern goes right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. Once again, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. I'm going to play the right hand on the cowbell, left hand on the snare. Okay, and what I was doing there was the same thing for the fill was as the groove, just improvising with the bass drum. Again, just three basic sticking patterns. So again, when your teacher tells you to practice them, you can come up with these neat little ideas and stuff like that. Now, let's go into a triplet type of feel. I like to sometimes take just a single paradiddle, but play it as triplets. So you would have 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So 3 groupings of them. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Okay? Or you can start with the left hand as well too. So here's a neat little idea. Just playing again, a grouping of 4 notes, but counting it as 8th note triplets. I'll approach this with more of like a jazz feel. Okay, let's get into the double paradiddle. A lot of times this one is used as triplets. Okay, now the sticking for this as follows. Right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. Many neat ways of playing this, and I'll play around with this. Sometimes the right hand on the hi-hat, left hand on snare, the hands on the toms, the right hand on the ride cymbal. Again, I'm going to try to mask this and come up with just different sounds of this group. Check this one out.